Hi everyone, and welcome to another HipKit video for April. This is my last layout using our Layout Challenge mood board. So today I'm going to be documenting my NSD weekend for National Scrapbook Day 2014. And I decided to kind of make this layout somewhat project lifestyle, and I was actually inspired by the picture of the bookshelf on our mood board and how it was set up. And I had so many photos that I wanted to fit all on one layout. And so what I'm doing here is just cutting these different squares of paper for the background of all the photos. I really wanted a lot of color, again inspired from the mood board. And so I needed a few more, so I'm going back in my stash and adding some more colors. As well as some cardstock. And so now I'm kind of just playing around with where I want them all, and I'm pretty happy with the way they're set up. And like I said, I have a ton of photos from my NSD weekend, and I just wanted to fit them all in. So I printed these on my Selfie CP900 and then cut them all down to the same size. So I'm just trimming them all up. And I don't like to measure. It's like I cut one and then I just line them up with the rest of the photos and free cut it with my scissors. It's just easier for me that way. So now what I'm doing is kind of figuring out, ooh, do I want to use a white background or do I want to use a pattern paper? And I decided, because I'm using all these different patterns and colors, that I really just wanted to keep the white cardstock background, as I didn't, it's already has a lot going on, so I needed to keep something a little bit more simple. So I'm just adhering all these down, and they're not all quite perfect, and you guys know I'm not the perfect scrapbooker. I just like to keep things simple. So now I'm playing around with the placement of where I'm going to put the photos, and I realized I need one more photo, and I was trying to print one out on my Selfie during the video, which was a bit of a pain just because you have to connect it with your phone and stuff. So I decided just to take one that I had lying around from the picture of Kelly, Perky, and I that weekend, and I just cut it down. So now I'm gonna play around with, ooh, where do I want my title? How do I want it placed? Do I want to add these frames? And I pretty much used all the frames from the kit this month. They were definitely my favorite thing to work with. They pretty much made it on every single project, I think. And again, you're going to kind of see me fidget with what kind of things do I want on this page and where do I want it. And I decide to move the title to the center, which I really am happy with that decision. And I just choose a simple pink frame instead of the gold one. And so now I'm going to write NSD weekend, and I wasn't sure if I was going to do all caps on the L Studio blue letters, but I ended up doing lowercase, so I have to move it around again, which you'll see me doing here. And kind of move them back around and respace them. And then I'm happy, and I permanently place them down. And there we have a title, NSD Weekend. And now I'm just adding some Delusions and little splashes of color, some Heidi Swapp color in there. And now I'm basically going to start replacing my photos and figure out where exactly do I want them. And each one of these photos has a story, and I kind of talked about it in my last video, but my NSD weekend was so much fun, and it went by so quick, which I just wish, I don't know, every weekend could be like that. Just hanging out with good friends and documenting life. So now I'm committing, I'm like, you know what? And of course my adhesive runs out. But now basically I'm committing to my photos and I'm adhering them down. So they're all getting glued down, so I can't move them. And I'm going to work with the design that I have. Then I'm taking these Maggie Holmes little embellishments with just a touch of gold to add to the page. I'm just adding a few of them. And of course I needed a couple of sequins on the page, which I'll actually end up going back and adding more later on. So now I'm just looking through what embellishments I have left and where I want to place them. So I'm just taking this little vellum butterfly, I stapled it in the middle just to give it a little extra added accent, and I popped it up there with the wings. And I like the sequins, so I'm going to go ahead and adhere those down with some liquid glue. And here's where the fun starts and where the page really starts to come together with all these wonderful photos that I have. So I'm going to be using a lot of vellum embellishments, little touches of gold here and there, all inspired from the mood board again. And those vellum embellishments are just so much fun because it adds more dimension, another layer, because you still can see what's going on behind the embellishment. And I really like that. I'm all about the layered look, and oh my gosh, how many things and how many layers can I get on one project? That's totally me. But I feel like it's still simple and cute at the same time. So I just dumped them all on the table and I'm kind of going through them. There's so many that I want to use, but you know, I only have so much space because of all of my photos. Which to me, the page is always supposed to be about the story that you're telling, the photos that you're incorporating. So now I'm just taking these cute little vellum hearts, and I just love those. So I'm like, yeah, these, I'm going to commit right now. I'm not going to change my mind. And I just love those little hearts. They're so cute. And then again, inspired from the mood board, there were triangles, and I decided to add these little triangles on the photos using blue and yellow cardstock, just to kind of add a little extra touch on each photo. And I'm adhering those down. I love working with the mood board because it makes me think a little bit differently and outside of my normal creative box that I have in my head, and it just gives you a different way to work with the products. And then I'm thinking, ooh, how can I use these little frames? But in the end, I didn't actually end up using them. But they do look cute. It's like almost like a little washi tape type accent thing, but I ended up not using them. And so again, I'm kind of just playing around, like basically doing the finishing details of the layout. And I'm going to add these little sequins on each triangle, again inspired from the mood board. There was this really colorful lamp with all these little circular colors, and that's kind of where this idea came into play. And then I'm going to add some journaling. I've really been trying to be getting better about that. It says 2014 in these awesome chipboard thickers. I love them. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this layout.